I knew it, man. I knew it. Back in April, when the Titans took a quarterback with the first overall pick, I knew right then. And it would have been the same way if it were Jackson Dart. It would have been the same way if it were Shador. No matter who it was, when the Titans took a quarterback first overall, I knew. The second he comes out and is not fantastic in year one, the second he comes out in year one and struggles with his accuracy, with his footwork, with turnovers, this fan base is going to eat him alive. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And that's why I sat here all summer long. I sat here and I said, guys, the Jaden Daniels rookie season, the CJ Stroud rookie season, those are the exception and not the rule. Rarely ever does that happen where a rookie quarterback comes in and just lights the world on fire. But because it happened recently, you guys, and even maybe sometimes me, I'm going to think that that's what rookie quarterbacks are supposed to do. And when they don't do that, it must have been a bad pick. Something must be wrong if he's struggling. Something must be wrong if he's struggling with his accuracy and his footwork and his turnovers. Something has got to be wrong. We must have made a bad pick. I tried all summer to lay the groundwork to say, guys, there's going to be peaks and valleys. He's going to struggle. He's going to struggle. He is going to have bad games. He is going to overthrow guys. He is going to underthrow guys. He's going to fumble sometimes. He's going to throw interceptions. And yet still, in December of his rookie season, here we are. Half the fan base has already thrown the baby out with the bathwater. Already. Well, he sucks. He's a problem for us. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And you know what? Just like anything else in our society, you got two groups of people. You got half of people who are already declaring that he's perfect and nothing he does is wrong and he's going to be the next big thing and he's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But then on the other side, you've got people who already declare that he's a bust and a bad pick after however 12 games of his rookie season on the worst roster and the worst coaching staff that I've ever seen. And if you don't fall into one of those categories, then you're just at the mercy of whatever they want to call you. Because if I hold him accountable and I talk about how, hey, he's turning the ball over, that's a problem, he's got to fix these things, then I get yelled at by this crew over here because, well, you need to take into account what he's dealing with and what he's got around him. But then the very second I try and do that, the very second I try and talk about the lack of talent at wide receiver or running back or the terrible coaching situation, then the other crowd wants to come in and say, you're a glazer. You're just coping. I had somebody get mad at me yesterday, even though yesterday I said Sunday against Jacksonville was one of Cam Ward's worst performances of the year, and I said there's a lot of things he's got to get better at. This person got mad at me in the comments because I wasn't harsh enough. The language I used wasn't harsh enough because by now I have learned if I don't come on here and just treat this like a TikTok where you have to get to the conclusion in 10 seconds or less, I have to come on here and say, he's a bust, he sucks, we made a bad pick, we're doomed. That's what they want. And if you don't give them that, then you're coping. You're glazing. And then the other crew, if you don't come on here and say, he's a Hall of Famer, he's perfect, we've got our guy for the next 10 years. If you don't say that, then you're negative. You're too negative. I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen. Because of course, there is a group of people out there that even though they've already gotten burned by Marcus and Locker and all the others, they still believe that they can tell you right now after 12 games that Cam Ward's a Hall of Famer and he's going to win multiple Super Bowls. Boy, I hope so. I hope you guys are right. But then you got the other crew over there who will not accept any answer except tell us he sucks, tell us he sucks, tell us he's a bust. You're still rooting for him. Well, you dang right I'm rooting for him. He's my team's quarterback. I root for everybody that puts on the uniform. I want them to be good. I want them to get better so that the team can get better. God forbid. God forbid. But some of you are just addicted to getting on here every day and declaring everything as hopeless when you know this kid's out there working with nothing. At running back, offensive line, wide receiver, and coaching, he has nothing. Does that mean he's absolved of blame? No. But does that mean that there shouldn't be some level of understanding that he's in a miserable situation? Of course there should. But I should know by now there's no room for nuance. There's no room for actual complex conversations and approaching it like a rational human being. No, we want a TikTok type solution here where we just give our answer in 10 seconds or less based on what we saw this week. And that's another thing we have happening from week to week, but not even week to week, play to play. Cam Ward throws a nice ball. He's our guy. We have our guy for the next 10 years. Cam Ward overthrows somebody. He's a bust. He's a bust. And the people that have already made up their minds that he's a bust, they just wait for that overthrow. They just wait for that fumble. They just wait for him to hold the ball too long so that they can get in comment sections like mine and say, see, he's a bust. Let's be a victim of the moment. Let's make sure that we view everything through the lens of what we're seeing right now with no hope that it could ever get better. Let's forget all the good things that have happened and let's only acknowledge the bad. And then on the other side, you've got people that only want to acknowledge the good without ever acknowledging the bad. There's no room for nuance. That's what's wrong. That's what's wrong with social media. That's what's wrong with our society. We just want one extreme or the other. We want one extreme or the other. And most of you, I understand, are rational human beings. You're rational human beings and you approach this in a rational way. But then there's another group of you. There's another group of you that just want all or nothing. It's black or it's white. It has to be one or the other. We have to come up with a verdict 12 games in. We have to know one way or the other 12 games in. We have to make up our mind now. Never mind, there is example after example after example after example of quarterbacks in the NFL that were declared bust, that were declared terrible, that were declared hopeless, that were declared a waste of time and a waste of a draft pick, and now all of a sudden they're tearing it up because they've had time. But no, we want a TikTok. We want a TikTok that gives us our answer in 10 seconds or less. And if it doesn't give us our answer in 10 seconds or less, then something must be wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some of you in the comments don't have hope for Cam Ward because you don't believe in the front office. You don't believe that they're going to hire the right head coach. You might have a leg to stand on because they haven't done a lot to reinforce confidence in the organization. But to sit here however many 12 games in and declare anything about him or any of the others, any of the other rookies, why do we have to have a verdict now? Why do we have to make up our mind now? Why do we have to be so belligerent about one way or the other? He's either a Hall of Famer or he's an all-time bust. Why do we have to do that right now? Why do we have to do that? I get it. They're bad. They're losing a lot and the fan base is on edge. I get that. I'm on edge too, clearly. But can we please chill out, man? Sheesh. Tighten up, guys.